Lines this hour, but James Creedon is with us now for today's Media Watch.
Hi, Laura.
Hello there, James. We're going to start with a Charlie Hebdo front cover. We are used to them being pretty shocking, but I must say, I kind of spat my coffee out when I came across this one earlier.
Yeah.
That you helpfully posted on Twitter.
Yes, it is.
It's quite rude, isn't it?
It is, and I think the thing is, it's about it's the constant debate that comes back with Charlie Hebdo about freedom of expression, which would include the freedom to offend, right? And here's the thing: I think people just find it this particular front cover.
It's a bit graphic,
a little bit pornographic. So I'm actually not going to show it because some people
you can look it up yourself.
There's lots of people out there, and a lot of people might not want to see it. And
I think that's a wise
children
decision,
and whatever.
James.
So let's just. This isn't about whether it should be censored or not. It's just about good taste, I think. And in any case, I'll show you what.
Although, have you seen Gustave Courbet?
Say again?
Have you seen the painting?
I have.
Well.
The Origin of the World.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
so,
it's the same, isn't it?
it's the same.
Shouldn't be offensive.
It's art, and indeed it shouldn't be offensive. But there have been, you see here, even on C News, which is one of the rolling news channels, they kind of censored the front cover, and they had a discussion about that then, saying, well, actually...
What are they trying to say?
Well, this particular tweet. Well, okay. To get back to what the actual front page was about, it was about the Women's World Cup, and what you can see is women's body parts being equated to a goal in football, and you see a football in there,
flying in there, yeah.
And then there's a byword saying we're going to be munching on this all month. In other words. Women's World Cup.
Women's liberation being rammed down people's throats.
Right, that's exactly it. But it was all sexual innuendo and trashy. And that's what they do.
That's what they do, yeah.
It's always trashy. And so some people sharing other front covers saying, look, they do the same with men. They do the same with Christianity. They do the same with Islam. It's like, it's all toilet humour kind of thing. So just to give you a quick whip through some of the reactions. This is a Korean Twitter user. Charlie Hebdo, you have taken respectful soccer players from the world and sexually objectified them in the most distasteful way. This is outrageous and disgusting. Sexualization of women in media, you've taken it to a new level. I have no words for my disgust. So it got a lot of people triggered, right? There was even one feminist who gave 4 reasons why she was so horrified by this, and she was going to have to walk past it on newsstands now all week. And it's disgusting and pornographic, and even worse than pornographic because it's a deformation of the depiction of women's genitalia. So people were getting very upset about it, right?
Yeah. I don't know. If you're a woman and you see it, it does kind of make you go, ouch.
Well, I just thought it was kind of gross. But anyway, that's just me.
That's what they do, though.
The New York Times... you see, it's interesting that this happens this week because we were already talking about Charlie Hebdo
just yesterday. Yes.
Because the New York Times made the decision in its global edition to get rid of political cartoons. And a lot of people were making the comment that they were cowards. This is one comment. You're disrespecting the journalists that were murdered for publishing satirical cartoons. Remember, Je suis Charlie, Charlie Hebdo, all of that. So then there was a whole other range of reactions saying, Vive the freedom of expression. Je suis Charlie. You need to have a right to be impertinent, a right to caricature. That is the more supreme right, if you think.
You don't have to buy it.
Huh?
You don't have to buy it.
That was another comment I saw, actually. People saying, look, you don't have to buy it.
Because in some countries you can't even show women's faces.
That's it. So I think the right to be rude,
That's where you want to go with it.
Maintained. Stéphane Guillon thanking Charlie Hebdo for allowing us still to laugh, but that's presuming that you find it funny. And some people just say it's not funny, it's in bad taste. But I guess they have the right to do that. That's what it always comes back to in this debate. And they like triggering that debate because then they get free publicity.
Yeah, works for them, doesn't it? All right, let's talk about someone else who likes publicity. Boris Johnson. He's officially kicked off his campaign. He says he's the man to unite the country, which had a lot of people also
I think that's just factually incorrect.
Well,
he's unlikely to unite the country.
He, of course, led the Brexit campaign.
Yes.
He's been accused of lying during that campaign, and he's said some pretty offensive things in the past as well.
Yeah.
But here he is today saying he's the man to take the country forward.
That's right. Just a quick look at Le Monde, because no surprises there. Their editorial today was on that, and they're really against the idea. They say...
Because they know when he was the Foreign Secretary, of course.
That's right, and they go back to when he was correspondent for the Daily Telegraph in Brussels in the 90s. They talk about how he contributed to the transformation of Europhobia in the UK, how it became a popular cause and a weapon for the Conservative Party, which had been pro-European up to that point. So they kind of go through his career history, and they're like, Boris Johnson at number 10? No thanks. This would be bad news. And they say that he's sort of like a mini Trump who would be sabotaging the European Union from London. And that reminded me of this satirical news thump image where they gave Trump's haircut to Boris. They are being compared.
Oh, that is really
hideous.
Alarming. All right. Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook founder. Tell me about this.
I'll just be quick enough on this one
Yeah.
because it's kind of been circulating for about 24 hours. Facebook declined to remove a doctored video of Nancy Pelosi where she seemed to be drunkenly slurring her speech. This was a couple of weeks ago. It's called deep fakes. It's when you fake videos that look like the real thing. Then you had these two comedians in Britain who put up. They did it to him, and I'm not sure if we'll have the audio. But basically, it's all very dystopian, and what he's saying.
See if you can get the sound there.
Oh yeah, sugar. I'm always.
Bottom right, where the eye is.
I can't have.
No, it's not there.
I think the sound is off on this one, but anyway. Let's just say that it was.
What does he say?
He is basically talking about how all of this data collection is going to give him massive power for the future. It's kind of like
it looks really real.
It's kind of like Zuckerberg admitting the dark secret game of
saying
Facebook.
Things he probably would never.
And the whole thing was to test whether they would take it down, and no special treatment. The fake video of Zuckerberg stayed on Instagram. So that was kind of. I'm sorry about not having the sound there, but that is. It's worth checking it out. This kind of very convincing deepfake of Zuckerberg.
Okay. James, thank you very much
All
indeed.
right.
James Creedon there.